And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ACG, where we're just a couple gamers. It's your boy Smooth, and we are back with another episode. This is episode 48, entitled... Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry. This is episode 48, entitled... Why is all this messed up? I'm so sorry, guys. I had this chat up here from earlier. Everything is all over the place now. I should have known it wasn't going to work. So anyways, this is episode 48 entitled Family Tree. Why it's important. We're going to talk about it. And there's a lot of different ways why the family tree is important. We're going to talk about all the different ranks in the family tree. Again, this is a Mafia game. I feel like some people sometimes forget that. But it definitely is important. What's going on? And I'm still waiting for anybody to pop in here. Usually Smash wakes up around this time. And normally when he wakes up, he's got his coffee. He's ready to go. So also I can play around with my layovers and overlays, layovers, I'm not really sure. And I can try and get this right while people start piling in here. Let's see, what do we got? Bear with me, guys, this is all new. I've never used these layovers before. We are live. Okay. Sweet. Let's pull up the chat. Alright, we just gotta find it now. It does look sweet. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Whoa, that's a lot of options there. Where did I get the option before? Lethal's not here. She's always here to help me with this stuff. Oh, no, it's right there. Ha! Got it. By myself. Alright. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Whoa, that's a glitch there. Why is there two? Okay. With it too much. I don't know. I feel like it's good. Okay, anyways, we got new digs, guys. We got new digs. We got a new setup here. I personally like it. Also, we are currently uploading a new video right now, guys. That's right. We got a new video. Let me go ahead and... This is a city skins video, March skins, and avatar frames. It's pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. So that is uploading right now. Should be done any minute. We'll go ahead, we'll watch that at the end. What's this? My phone's telling me that my storage is low. It should be low. Alright guys, we gotta get this link out to the War Elite community ASAP. promise we'll get this show on the road here in just a second, everybody. Alright, and of course we gotta pin it, because why wouldn't we? Okay. Alright, y'all. We are ready to rock and roll. Okay, and let's see, is the video ready? Gotta find out. It's processing, guys. Okay. Yeah, so this is, to me, is an easy one to talk about, simply because I firmly believe, you know, in the RPG part of it, the role-playing game part of things, where you know, you follow chain of command. There's a family structure for a reason. There's ranks for a reason. Every rank is different, and then of course it's different for every person involved that's in that rank. They could be a good leader, they could be a bad leader, they could have no leader experience. But there's reasons for all of this stuff. There's also reasons why experienced players don't like to be a leader after a certain amount of years, because it did rip their hair out. It's so much, right? So it's like there's things that define a leader. There's things that define what it means to be a certain rank. And personally, for me, I don't want to be in the leadership position, because again, I've been in that role many a times. I've played all the different parts of being in a leadership. Matter of fact, guys, let's just go ahead and watch it. We're gonna watch the video. But should we wait until we get more people in here? I gotta see. I don't know how many people are in here right now. I don't even know if the tag actually worked when I tagged everybody. Alright, we got just a couple people in here. Damn it. My phone is tripping out. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, we'll wait till we get some more people in here, but I definitely do want to debut the new video. I worked really hard on it, guys, to the point where like Lethal was getting mad at me because I was just editing so hard for so long. Okay, I don't want to hold back anymore on this. I gave people some time to get in here. Let's just go ahead and do it. Rip the band-aid off. So, as you can see here, we have the family, aka the alliance tab. Alright, let's look at the members that we have here. Alright, so I don't know much about the permissions that they allow you to have per rank, right? Because every permission is different. So with that, by that I mean, so we got the alliance leader here, we got the deputy leader here. Now the alliance leader might be the only person that has access to certain features in the game, whereas the deputy leader, who's second in charge, he might have access to some of those features that the alliance leader has, but not all of them. But he'll definitely have access to some features that the L5s will not have access to. But with that said, I do think it's super important when it comes to this conversation, because I've been in situations in this game where people get promoted within the family simply based off of friendship. Maybe they played with that player in another server or another game before, right? So they automatically get that leadership spot. However, maybe some of those people in that alliance or that family are more qualified, or more qualified leaders. Maybe they spend more time in game. They're you know, making things happen. They're making mergers happen for the alliance. They're doing all types of things in the background to help the alliance out. Meanwhile, that person got promoted and he or she is barely logging in and barely doing anything to help the alliance. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's situations like this that arise all the time in almost every game that is this genre. So again, that's why I feel like it's super important to have this conversation. Maybe some of you guys have never encountered this problem before. Maybe you have, but at the end of the day, this conversation definitely needs to be had. And I do wish I had some of my co-hosts in here with me, so that they could weigh in on this conversation. Let's see. Okay. Damn, I need some people in here. I need some co-hosts in here. Okay, but anyways, so when it comes to, you know, the different family roles and stuff like that, me personally, I'm just gonna, it's weird because I'm always the one asking the questions, right? And normally it's the co-hosts that have to answer them, but now I guess I'm gonna answer my own questions here. Alright, so one of the first questions I would ask Smash, this is like, I feel like Tom Hanks from Castaway, like I'm about to grab a soccer ball or something and just start asking a question. Alright, let's go. Okay, so what does it mean to be a strong leader? In a game like this, for sure, 100%, you have to have time. That is the number one thing. You have to have time, and you need to have time because you have to spend time in game, right? Grinding. You have to have the time to spend out. Basically, I'm gonna say sending mail and all that. Organizing the alliance and making contacts with other alliances and diplomacy and all this stuff. Like I'm gonna say this is outside of the game. You have to have time for that as well. And then there's the actual outside of the game, you know, phone calls and long talks and a million different chat rooms. Like, you have to have time for all of these things. And a lot of times this you get the guy or the girl who's a spender, and so they just spend a bunch of money, and then because of that they don't have to they're not a slave to you know, the game, the time that's needed inside. So then they'll just pop in and out, and a lot of times that's turmoil as well. It's like, dude, like, don't, just because you have a lot of power, it doesn't make you a good leader, right? All right, so let's talk about what it takes what it takes to be a second in command in the family. This one right here is super important, almost as or more important than the actual leader themselves, because this is somebody who and what's crazy is, really, you can compare this to the real like United, like not just the United States, but just the government in general, right? The inner workings of the government. And what I mean by this is because they have, you know, you have your president, then you have your vice president, right? And then underneath them you have people in place to take their spot in the case of a disaster or something where they were no longer a president or a vice president. People were always ready to step up, right? It's like military ranks. So with that said, that means the deputy leader has to be ready to step in place of the R6. I'm sorry, of the R6. Of the leader of the family, in the case of an emergency, in case the leader quits, in case you know what I'm saying? Like, they have to be ready, which means that person has to have those leadership qualities, or at least to a certain degree. And so that's one thing. And then the other thing too is the trust. You have to be able to trust that when you're not around, this person's gonna step up to the plate. They're gonna be the leader. You have to trust that if a situation arises within the family, they're going to figure out a way to talk it down, to you know, just overall manage the situation, de-escalate it, and figure it out. For me personally, I wouldn't mind being the second in command, but again, I don't want the leadership. So I guess if that was the best case scenario for me, was just to have that position. I wouldn't mind having that position in a game like this, I guess, as long as I'm not having to be the leader. That's just too much. But anyways, the other thing that a deputy leader or a second in command, a consigliere, they definitely have to be personable. You have to make sure that this person knows how to talk to people, because you're basically talking about the person who's the leader when you're not around. A lot of people, sometimes they get that feeling of like, yeah, I'm the leader of the family, and then they don't know how to talk to people, and so now they're using their authority in a way where they're not connecting with the players in the family, and that can cause a huge problem, especially in a war game. A lot of people can go on power trips when the boss isn't around, if they're second in command, and you don't really want that. And lastly, the deputy leader definitely has to have diplomacy skills. Now, if you're already the number one family, and there's no other crime families in your server that can even compete with you, then probably not so much anymore, right? Normally, it comes down to maybe 2 families long term in the server, mainly 1 family long term. But at the beginning of the server, especially, you have to have those diplomacy skills, or else you're not doing anything to really help the alliance, as far as, making relationships with other family members, with other families and their family members. That's super important. Okay, so now let's talk about the underbosses. I would say these L5s are underbosses. Now, these underbosses, super important. And as you can see here, you have, let's just say 4. Let's just say 4 right here, okay? These 4 players are crucial. They are the arms and legs of the Mafia family. You need these people in all times, not just war, but events, right? These are your leaders. These are the ones that you really rely on when events come around, especially server versus server events. These people are the ones that are like the backbone of the family, because you trust them. That when it comes time to put in work, whether it be war or events, that they know what to do. And if you're not around and they're in chat, they're making sure that the lower ranking members of the family know what they're doing, right? Like maybe coaching the new players, stuff like that. But also, these people need to be answering mail and also sending mail, because I think a lot of times when it comes to the underbosses of the family, they don't send mail at all, or sometimes they don't send enough mail. There has to be mail not just coming from the leader of the family, but also the consigliere, right, the second in command, and also the underbosses. The L5s need to be sending mail in a healthy active, especially new server, because that's creating the chain of command. So let's say, for instance, if the alliance leader and the deputy leader are not around, okay? Now you have the underbosses of the family. They're on, and they have some of their capos. These would all be capos, the L4s, the capos of the family. They're on, they're in chat, and they have questions. There's something going on, whatever. If you're an underboss, I'm looking at all these capos and I'm trying to build relationships with these family members, and also I'm sending mail to them to let them know, like, hey, look, you can message me anytime, this and that. That way, when you get events coming around like that we have, right? If you have go to the events page here. Right, if you have these events going on like Island War and Sea Battle and stuff like that, you guys can group up. They're going to be used to talking to you, seeing you. You're building those relationships, and also you're interacting with your family members. It's just a good thing. Now, some of these ranks, like I said, they might not have access to some of the stuff that some of these other players have access to be able to view, maybe see stuff like that. I don't know. I'm only a meek L4 here, but What I can say is I do have access to the family store. Now, one of the other things too is, like, you know, there's responsibilities to being in charge around here in this game. So one of those things is stocking the family store, so that way there's items in there for the Alliance members to buy, and that's again really, really important here. Like, I'm gonna go in here now. Wait, what the heck? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I've been just saving up all of my Alliance currency here so that I can buy stuff when I need it, and I've got 21 million, so I'm a constant donator. I'm just saving it up. I guess it's like my retirement fund, right? But the other thing too, guys, is one of the most important ones is respecting the chain of command, respecting the people that are above you. You might not like some of the server rules, but these people in the Alliance have made these server rules for a reason, so that way we can maintain a healthy server. And if you're not respecting what your boss of the family or the deputy leader of the family is saying, or even your underbosses, your L5s, your officers, if you're not respecting what they're saying, that they're following chain of command. If you're getting an order from your underbosses, your officers, or your consigliere, you better believe that it either came from the top or they know that it's okay to call that shot. And so if you're questioning leadership, you better have a really good reason for it, or it better be something like blatantly wrong about what they're asking you to do or telling you to do, right? But yeah, that again, that also creates the atmosphere of a real mafia situation here. It's weird that I haven't heard from any of the co-hosts. Normally I hear from at least one person. I hope everybody's okay. Just want to check something here. Folks. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, so I've been in so many situations in games like this where you get people that are either going on power trips because it's the first time they've ever had a taste of actual power in a game with an active family, and where they can actually tell people what to do and stuff like that. And you can easily spot somebody who's like that in a game like this. But for me personally, I just think that building the relationships outside of the game are super important. I'll never forget one time, this kid, he was young. I was probably about 5 years older than him. He was like 16, 17. He fell in love with the game that we were playing. It was a game just like this. First time he'd ever played a game like this, and we had, people all the time in the voice chats just talking, and they just made this kid feel like family. You know what I'm saying? He felt like he had a real bond going with these people, and he loved it. And I tried to take him under my wing and teach him stuff, and he kept saying it all the time. Come on, man, promote me, man, come promote me. So I promoted him once, right? He's feeling himself now. Now he's all he talks about is, yeah, I want to be promoted again. I want to be promoted again. I want to have my own little crew. I'm a great leader. Come on, man, just give me a shot. So I promote him again.
man, kid is absolutely on top of the world. Kid, like, can't believe it. He's sending mail nonstop. Man, I'm gonna do this. And like, I loved it because it reminded me of myself when I was younger, when I was playing my online Mafia games and stuff, and it really instilled in me like that's why it's a role-playing game, right? Because you're taking on this role as a criminal, just basically just a criminal, right? A crime lord, and so again, this kid reminded me of myself. So anyways, long story short, we have in the game, it's called Family Cornerstones, and these cornerstones you get in events every time the event ends as rewards, and the family, dependent upon your contribution to the family events that week, the family members get those cornerstones. They can donate it to the family bank, and once you get enough cornerstones, you can you start putting up your family buildings. Well, anyways, this kid was doing a great job. He was sending mail every day, didn't have any problems with this kid at all, and he's begging me to be the equivalent in this game of an underboss. And he's like, man, you see me doing a great job, and basically it got to the point where I was like tired of him begging me for the damn position, so I just gave it to him. Now, keep in mind, at this point we had been saving up these cornerstones for over a month. I want to say maybe 2 months. Like, we were really hitting events hard to save up these cornerstones, and you needed a bunch. Like, I think it was like, I want to say 10,000 cornerstones, something crazy. And we got them, and we were gonna put the family building up that week, maybe like the next day or something. And all of a sudden, somebody's in chat freaking out. Oh, why'd you put up this building? Like, instead of putting up the important building we needed, which gave us the perimeter, right, our territory, alliance territory, he put up like a cash building or something like that. Blew 10,000 cornerstones on like a cash building that we did not need. Oh, but again, this is the importance of the ranking system, and why you have to put people in positions of power, or not even just power, but just of rank, that have access to certain game features, family features. It's very important, and so, putting the wrong people in those positions can have horrible, dire consequences for the rest of the family. So that brings me to my next point, which is wars. Now, in the real mob, in the real criminal underworld, or at least at one point, they had a commission of bosses, and this commission of bosses was what kept the family in line and kept other families and gangs and crews and robbers and hitmen. It kept them in line, because if you weren't following the rules, you got whacked. And if you were high enough in the criminal underworld, doesn't mean you were in a family, but if you were just known, right, you had a reputation, if you were known in the city, wherever you were at, you were connected. You were a connected guy. That means you knew there were rules, and certain cities had certain rules, things that you could not do even as a criminal. In this game and other Mafia games like this, it's not like that. You can really just go and destroy anybody you see on this map, but having good leaders in these roles to make these server rules is super important, or else odds are none of us are making it to endgame. It's going to be just a few spenders playing by themselves in the end, in the server. So being able to start a family war, that's huge. I've also been in situations where somebody decided that they were going to spend a bunch of money and then just go crazy and start hitting a bunch of different alliances, and then those people look in the alliance, when they go to their alliance and they hit war, they're gonna look and they're gonna see all of these notifications here saying so and so from this alliance just went and hit 50 people, and now you've got 4 alliances and 50 people all looking at your alliance because this guy in your family decided to go crazy and just start hitting people, and now your alliance is marked. This one player started a whole lot of problems for every person in your alliance. And so there's a difference between alliance rules and server rules. Now, some alliances might bend the rules and might not follow all the rules, but they follow just enough server rules to keep to get by, right? And so some alliances might have certain rules too, where you can't just leave the alliance and go join another alliance and then come back, because there's a lot of reasons for that, and we're not going to go into that. But there are alliance rules and things that are put in place to keep players from going crazy and doing that type of thing where they're just hitting everybody and causing problems for the whole alliance. Now, if you have somebody who's in your alliance doing something like that, and they're causing problems for you, and you get hit, now that's one of the main things as a leader is like, now for instance, Smash. Now let's say, Smash is huge, but let's say at one point, and I'm not saying this is the case, but let's just say that at one point, the alliance, or not the alliance, the whole server was huge, full of players, and Smash is a big player. Let's say Smash is one of the biggest. He's not the biggest, but he's one of the biggest. And he wants to. He's like, man, I spent all this money. What am I gonna do with all this power? I can't just sit here and not use it. Like, I have to use it on somebody, right? And then Smash decides to hit a couple players in a bigger, stronger alliance, and then they come and they start zeroing our players in the middle of the night while they're sleeping. Everybody wakes up, all their soldiers are dead, their troops are dead. They're like, what the hell happened? Now, let's say a good majority of these players are free to play. Do you think they're gonna keep wanting to play? They spent 4, 5, 6 months, whatever, saving up them troops, building up all their resources. Now it's all gone overnight while they were asleep. All, like, you know what I'm saying? That can be that could be detrimental. And I know people are gonna say, oh, but Smooth, it's a war game. It's a war game. Yeah, you're right. It is a war game. But there's times and places for everything to happen. While you're asleep, that's not cool. And I get it. That's part of the game. But at the same time, there's things that you can put in place as a good leader of a family to try and keep that from happening. Now, what do you do if you're in a family where something like this is happening? Where you have people in your family, maybe they're leaders, maybe they're co-leaders, whatever, where they're causing problems within the server, and then that's coming back on you and you're getting zeroed and stuff like that. I would say look for another alliance. Don't give up on the game. At least give it another try with another alliance where you can say, hey, look, the problem is, I'm getting hit, I'm getting zeroed while I'm asleep because of leaders in my family, whatever, players in my family causing problems, and it's coming back on me. What can I do? Can I join you? Can you ensure me that I'm not gonna, there's nobody over here that's gonna cause me problems where I'm gonna get hit? Because I know it happens. It happens a lot, and I do feel bad for players when stuff like that happens. I was one of those players, like I said this before on other streams, I was one of those players where I thought, destroying all the players in the server was the most fun thing. Getting kills, what I'm saying? I don't want to wound their troops, I want to kill them. Well, it's like, dude, like, it's not everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's to me, it's not worth it to wipe players out. I get hitting them, giving them a good old love tap, but to destroy a player to the point where they have nothing left, I don't get any enjoyment out of that, because I know most likely they're not going to continue playing, and then you're slowly just running out of players to play with, honestly. What happened Shout out to everybody watching, by the way, and shout out to iFun Games for sponsoring this content. You guys are amazing. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much, chat. I don't know why, but I just feel like everybody's asleep in the world right now. Like, what is going on? Whoa, Nelly. Whoa. Got some lag going on here. What is going on here? I don't know what's going on here. Weird. Huh. Maybe it's because I popped the chat out. It's bugging out. But yeah, anyways, guys, the whole dynamic of the criminal enterprise family rankings, I guess the whole being able to like send out invites, allow people into the family. There's even things like, you know, being able to change the family name, and stuff like this, putting up family buildings, like I said, using the family store. There's a lot of things that are important when it comes to the family rankings. But I think probably one of the most important is definitely the way you represent your family. You know, if you're in world chat and you're just being a douche to everybody, like, that's not a good way to be representing your family. And again, people are gonna say, oh, it's a war game. Yeah, dude, but it doesn't mean you have to be, you know what I mean? You have to be like that. Me personally, I have, yo, Wraith, finally, dude, you saved me. Wraith, you saved me. Bro, my man. I want to see what it looks like with people in the chat here, because by the way, do you like the new setup? You like the overlays? Also, how is the audio? I actually didn't do the new audio test. Do you like the look of it? Everything is good. Trying to get some feedback on it here. And also, once you give me that feedback, Wraith, I have a question for you, and I have a question for everybody watching. Chat Mafia, this question's for you. What do you think the most important qualities in a leader are? That is one of my first questions that I have. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I miss my gang. Guys, I miss my gang. Do you know that? I want to say this is the first live I've done. Yeah, this is just a temporary one. This is my first overlay. Yo, go away. Yes, you guys are so amazing, dude. Thank you so much for popping in. Yeah, this is just the first overlay. I'm gonna change it tonight at some point, and I'll have a better one the next time. Yeah, so what are a few qualities you would say are the most important in a leader? And just let me know in chat, guys. Transparency and communication said go away. Yes, dude. That's what I'm saying. The transparency I did not cover. I appreciate you saying that. Go away. He said transparency and communication. That is key. I'm gonna pin that up on top because that is the transparency part. I didn't talk about that. So let's talk about transparency for a second, okay? As a leader, if you're making things happen behind the scenes, but you're not telling the other leadership in the family, the other management, and you're just going to sleep, you're logging off, please explain to me how that can help the family when you log off and they don't know that you just made an alliance with you just made an alliance with another family, and they hit that family on a resource tile, or they hit them just on their city, whatever. Dude, you just caused a war because you just didn't communicate. All you had to do was communicate. That's huge. So you're right. The transparency part. If you're making alliances, if you're setting rules, if you're planning on attacking another family, you have to tell everybody in your alliance that you trust. Because you gotta be like, hey guys, you might want to go ahead and throw a shield up because I'm about ready to go and destroy these guys. They're gonna be looking for revenge. They're gonna come for us. They have to know. So you're right, and that's huge. Go away. Thank you so much for bringing that up. All right, moving onwards. Let's see. What are some server rules that a good leader should probably set? And I know all games are different, but I would say that this game is the same as our game. Go away. What are some rules that we should set? My number one I'm thinking of is just not zeroing players. Hit them. I would say not zeroing players is a good one. Are there any other rules that you should set as a leader? I mean, because I'll tell you, I know the first week or so, there's usually not any rules. And when there's not any rules, it can get gnarly. It is fun. It is fun, especially if you're spending, but you know, it can be bad. I would say not zeroing players. My personal favorite, setting like a level rule. If you're a Villa 25, you got no business hitting anybody below like 15, 16. Because at that point, it's like, what are you doing? Unless you're clearing out the server, you know what I'm saying, towards the end, like end game or whatever, where you're talking about like, all right, we got to make sure that we don't have any spies over here from other servers or whatever. Ray says in server 7, if you hit someone in the city center, you have to stay there for 24 hours for kill event. Wait, what? I don't understand that rule. Can you elaborate a little bit more, please? It's very interesting, I'll give you that. It's an interesting rule. I want to know more. In server 7, if you hit someone in the city center, you have to stay there for 24 hours for kill event. I really wish I knew more about what you were talking about. That's so interesting. Oh, so they can hit you back. So what happens if they don't follow the rule? What if they hit and then port? Then what? What if they don't follow the rules? And so you just can't run away faster hitting them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what if they don't follow the rules though? What if they're like, screw your rules? It's a breach of contract. I'm curious. Very curious. That's the other thing too. The leveling system is weird to me because it's like sometimes the gold icons are lower level than the blue icons. But the blue ones are harder to hit, but they don't have as good rewards, right? It's confusing to me sometimes. Yeah, Wraith, type out that explanation, bro. I gotta know what the heck is going on with that. Like, that's some weird stuff. I mean, I like it. It's a cool rule, but it's like, how often do people follow that rule? I would love to know. Alright guys, we got just enough time to squeeze in this video. Oh no, I can't. Actually, I can. Alright. So we're going to... take off the chat frame and the webcam frame and put all this down. I made this video, guys, for the devs for iPhone games, and it's about city skins and March skins and stuff like that that's in the game. I really hope you guys like it. I did a lot of editing to it.
Welcome everybody, Smooth here. Thanks for watching. iFun.com presents War Elite. This video contains some city skins, some March skins, and some avatar frames. I want to take you guys to my villa, so let's go check it out. You're probably wondering, how the heck do I get these city skins? Well, you don't have to pay for them. All you have to do is do events, like the Halloween event. Speaking of which, it's my favorite city skin. Let's check that out first. You got a boiling witch's cauldron, you've got ghosts, you got jack-o'-lanterns wearing a hat, and you've got a creepy haunted mansion. Next up on the list, we have the Conqueror city skin. That gives you +5 melee soldier health. I mean, you've got what looks like Leonidas from 300 as a city skin. And next up on the list, we have the Christmas Vibe city skin. This is giving you +5 cavalry health. If you guys know anything about like puns or things being punny, it's because of the reindeer. So that's why you're getting the cavalry health. Look at all of the detail on the city skin. You've got little gingerbread, little decorations. You've got a reef archway. You've got Christmas trees. You've got presents. You've got like little North Pole lanterns. Where did Santa Claus just come from? Santa Claus just pops out of nowhere on his sleigh with his reindeer, riding around dropping presents. What the heck? Where my female War Elite players at? Next up on the list, we have the Romantic Manor City Skin. This is giving you +5 melee soldier health. Right away, it looks like we have a Valentine's Day heart archway and then a giant teddy bear fountain. And then, of course, you have every woman's princess dream castle. Next up, we have the Capital of the North city skin. This is giving you +5 melee attack. A life-size snowman and a snow globe as your centerpiece here. Then you've got candy cane archways. This is a complete winter wonderland here. You got light up Christmas trees. You got like this little Jigglypuff thing that's just like bouncing around your northern castle. It's amazing. If you've ever seen Game of Thrones, then you're gonna love this next one. The next up on the list, we have Snowy Peak City Skin. That gives you a bunch of buffs. This city skin has this guy who's kneeled down before the king with his hands tied behind his back. And this is a really great city skin. But we still haven't got to all the avatar frames. We haven't gotten to the March skins. It's a lot. In this game, War Elite, you make a lot of enemy players. And I'm telling you right now, I got a lot of people on my hit list. So while I get my reconnaissance team out looking for these players, we can start looking at some of these awesome city skins and avatars. Before you guys see these avatar frames, I want you guys to see this really quick cinematic video. It's awesome. Okay guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's your avatar frames, and I enjoyed making this for you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you so much for iFun.com for sponsoring this content. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
I don't know why it was cutting off the right side of the video when I was showing it. I was just watching on my phone. I apologize about that. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, if you guys want to watch it on your own, you can see the right side with the avatar frames. But anyways, I hope you guys liked it, and you know, it was really fun making it. A little tedious, but it was fun. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a great evening, and also I do want to add, if you are if you're like an R1 or R2, you know what I'm saying, like you're one of the lower ranking members of your family, it doesn't make you unimportant. You're just as important as everybody else, if not more, because you guys are like the lifeblood of the family. You guys are helping the family get event points. You guys are donating, you know what I'm saying, which is helping the family out tremendously overall. And you can always ask for more responsibilities in the family. You can ask to be promoted, and you know, mainly it's activity and communication, and following the rules, and leading by example. So don't think that you're not important if you guys don't have that rank, and all you have to do is just strive to get there. But I hope everybody enjoyed this content tonight. If you guys like what you see, you guys have not downloaded this game War Elite yet by iFun Games, you guys can do that. All you have to do is look in the description of this video. You can get it in the Apple Play Store or the Android Play Store. And if you guys have not joined the official War Elite Discord or the official War Elite Facebook page, you guys can find the links to all those below as well. Thank you so much, Chat Mafia, for helping by, you know, hitting the like button and subscribing if you haven't already, so you get notified every time we go live. Thank you so much again to iFun Games for sponsoring this content. We really appreciate you, and I appreciate all you guys, all the love and support. By the way, guys, we're about ready to be monetized, so get ready for all of the crazy stuff that's about to happen, especially in the month of October. We have a lot of really great stuff. If you guys haven't joined the official ACG Discord, you guys can also find the link to that in the description of this video. You guys are amazing, man. I can't do this without you guys, and thanks again. Hope you guys have a great night, and until next time, y'all, peace.
Çok soğuk.